Alright, well, what I'm working on here is 92 Dodge one-ton. It's got the Cummings Turbo Diesel. There we go. Turbo right here. See, that's easy. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm going to ID this injector. Okay? So all I did was loosen up these little line pad holders. Loosen them up, move that line up out of the way. Okay? Got a 15/16 deep socket, and remove this collar. This collar goes in there just like that. Okay, simple, easy. Alright, take that off, and you take out this little bolt here. It's like a 10mm, and this bolt goes into that line there. You have to be careful not to lose that that's on there. Okay, see how it's loose? It's about to fall off on me even. But that's the little copper sealing washer for the return lines. Okay, get a look at that return line, goes all the way back. That's what it looks like. This particular injector, we don't know what size it is, so we're going to pull and get a part number. But if you look at it real close, it's a little loose, it shakes a little bit, but I'm not going to risk it. I've got a little doodad here, just a little metal sleeve that you can buy online. I don't even remember where it came from. Just put that on there with a little washer and a nut that's the same thread as this nut for the fuel line. It screws onto the top of the injector there. Yeah, if I can get it on there. Left-handed. How about that? Alright, there we go. Anyway, you just tighten that up and that pops that injector out. Just make sure you get that little collar that's around it, you get it straight. You don't want to go after it all crooked. And just have a good look at it, make sure it's centered pretty good. I've got it centered a little better now. Pops right out, really easy to do. Let's try that and have a look. Alright, so we've got a bunch of numbers on here. I've got the injector out. Of course the sun's really bright, so I don't know if that's going to help anything or not, but this is what we're doing. We're IDing this injector. That's the numbers that we got on it. It looks like it is the nozzle on it has 6 little ports on it. I don't even know if anybody can see it, but I marked them with that green Sharpie where the little ports are on the end of it. Probably can't see it. I can't tell if we can see it or not. It's so bright. But just doing a little ID, just checking this out to see what size injectors it's got. So that's kind of what it looks like. To clean that hole up a little bit. But that's about it. This injector is a Bosch injector, but it had France stamped on it. So we'll figure it out. It's a 245 bar. And we'll figure out the part numbers and see what this thing is. Alright, take it easy. Alright, well, when you're going back in there, you get it all cleaned up nice and pretty. I use lint-free cloths, okay? And I put a little bit of grease on there just to make me happy. That's about it. New copper seal, okay? That little divot there, where my finger is right here, that little chrome divot, that's an alignment dowel, okay? And when you take it apart and put it together, that alignment dowel is very important. If this injector is stuck and you go messing with it too tight to get it off, you're going to burn that little dowel off of there. It's going to break off. You have lots of problems. So use some penetrating oil or something to break this little guy loose. Before I pulled it out, I checked it to make sure that it was going to come out by just wiggling it a little bit. It had a little shake in it, but it was tight. Came out just fine. Going to go back in just fine. I cleaned it all up. Okay, I've got some I went to the local hydraulic shop and I bought a bunch of these surgery cloths. They're all lint free, really nice. Cleaned it up with some carb cleaner. It's ready to go back together. Alright, so the torque for this injector nut here is 44 foot-pounds. I'm going to tighten it down with a 15/16 deep socket.